Yeah, y'all know I just did a face mask. It was a white one. So no, that's not sugar boogers. That's a face mask. Y'all don't never be hearing me sniffing, so don't stop playing with Orion. But let me go ahead and put my vitamin C on my face while I'm. So I don't want to be on this video long. I'm not going to be on this live long because I do want to go live again later on today. And hopefully, I'm going to have my special guest with me who I've been trying to get to come on the show, who I've been telling y'all about, Atia. So I'm really not going to be live for long this time. But I just want to come on really briefly and just talk. So, a few people yesterday notified me that I was being spoke on Fag Talk. And I didn't watch it and I'm not going to watch it. And the reason why I'm not going to watch it is because something dawned on me, and it literally just dawned on me like when I woke up today. At this point, it's a harvesting of energy. You know how oftentimes our government is harvesting our energy and trying to because they see us as a commodity. And when you're on the internet and you are someone who is your whole purpose for being on the internet, your whole purpose for doing what you do is to capitalize. I mean, like, you'll know a tree by the fruit it bears. And so the intention of why these people are doing certain things. And so if you know that the intent is obvious, the intent is not a secret. The intent is to make money. The intent has never been a secret. And so if the intent is solely to capitalize and the intent is solely to get money, then that's going to supersede integrity. That's going to supersede thinking about your people who are watching, your fans, how it's hurting them, how it's affecting them, how it's impacting them. Your bag supersedes all of that. And so, you know as there's this programming that I'm still overcoming as a person of color, this idea that black people, we got to stick together. It's shocking when you see it's shocking when you see um because you have this expectation. You think community gonna be community. You think we all community, we all, and that's just not the truth. It's naive, it's not realistic. And I think a lot of the times when I'm talking about that individual, it's me processing that that's not how it is. Like the illusion that we're being presented by our government, by celebrities, by a lot of YouTube bloggers, by a lot of people with platforms. They are playing on our emotions. They're literally harvesting our emotions. They're literally capitalizing off of our emotions. And so, you want to see them as a person who's rooted and a person who's a part of your community. But at the end of the day, this person is acquiring debt, more responsibilities. This person got another mortgage to pay, more bills, more debt. So, more debt means I got to up the ante. I gotta become more triggering. I gotta become the shock value, the level of entertainment, it's going to the next level now. And so a lot of, this is why they always say that a woman can't be the president of the United States because women are too emotional. This is what you hear all the time. You hear gay men say this. You hear all kind of men saying that a woman can't be the president of the United States because they're too emotional. And unfortunately, a lot of times that's proven right when y'all allow people like that to harvest your energy. When you allow yourself to get so upset and run and entertain that and allow them to puppeteer you with words that allow them to puppeteer you with words like that. So I'm getting off that roller coaster ride. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm going to talk about that individual whenever I get ready. Y'all know that it's not about capitalizing, because if it was, I put their name in the title, because I know if I put their name in the title and I put their picture in the title, it's going to get a nasty amount of views. But again, that's not what my platform is about. I refuse to give into the algorithm just for a check. That's not me. That's what set me apart. We not like them. I ain't got no mortgage I got to pay. I ain't got no debt I'm trying to come out of. I don't owe nobody nothing. Hey, Golden Queen, I don't owe anybody anything. I'm not, I don't, baby, they just discharged my student loan debt, and that was the biggest debt I had. So I may not own nothing, but I don't owe nothing either. Let me say that again for the people in the back row. I may not own anything, but I don't owe anything either. I am not burdened down. I am not weighted. I am not beholden to this system. I don't have to figure out how I'm going to get here and get there. I eat every day. Everywhere I need to go, I get to fine. Y'all don't hear me on here begging and asking for stuff. I may not have what I may not have what they got, but I tell you what I ain't got is no debt. So so yeah, just be mindful that people are pandering to you. They're creating this friction intentionally because they don't care about your feelings. As a matter of fact, they counting on you to be in your feelings. Please be in your feelings, because that's what this industry feeds off. That's what these people feed off. These people feed off of your emotions, you being upset. They want you to do a live and talk about them. They want you to be upset. They want you to get mad. They want you, because that stokes their fire. That keeps them relevant. That makes them important. That gives them purpose. That gives them a mission. So all of the black women who continue to go on that live to be triggered, and this no shade to you, Golden Queen. This is no shade to you, Golden Queen, because I was there too. I was caught there too, sister. I was there too. But if you go on, if you go, if you go and let me get this. Let me try to say this in a thoughtful way. If I go in the woods and I know that, and I'm in the area, and I no 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 I got a better example. If you starve your dogs for 3 weeks or 4 weeks, and you throw something in there that look like food, look like something that's gonna be keep their stomach from talking to their back, you gonna get mad at them for eating it. You gonna get mad at them for attacking it and trying to eat and trying to sustain themselves. And that's pretty much what the case is. To people like that, y'all are food. Y'all are prey. And if you're gonna go there and be the meal, It's like when the Little Red Riding Hood went in the house with the big bad wolf. If y'all gonna go in the house knowing what's going on in the house, don't get mad when you get thrown in that oven. Don't get mad when the wolf eats you. Don't get mad. It's the big bad wolf, and it's the gingerbread house. You already know how they giving it up over there in that house. You already know how they giving it up. You already know what's going down. When the Little Red Riding Hood went in there, she saw the teeth, she saw the eyes, she saw them big ass hands. And she went in the house anyway. And he the wolf wore everybody out. You know, when you go in the witch house, baby, it looked like it was a house made out of candy. Come on, it was a house made out of candy. This is too good to be true. You know how the old folks say, most time if it seemed too good to be true, it probably is. So they lured you into the gingerbread house with the sweetness, you know, giving you a package, lure you in there, making you think it's one thing when it's not, when it's another. All of a sudden, you thought this was somebody who cared about you, who saw that you was lost in the woods and that you was hungry and that you were struggling and that you was looking for relief and you was looking for joy. And and that's not what it was. That's not what it was. All the while, they was fattening you up to get you ready to eat. And you know, to the people who resonate with that narrative, maybe you're in training to become a witch yourself. Maybe you're in training to become a wolf yourself. Maybe. Maybe you might be about to become a witch, or maybe you might be about to become a wolf, and maybe that's why you resonate with those shenanigans. But you know, from now on, where I am in my journey, um, whenever it comes across my timeline and it's unavoidable, I'm going to continue to speak on that person just like I speak on everybody else. I'm going to continue to talk about that person just like I talk about everybody else. If it come across my timeline and I so happen to fall in the rabbit hole, whenever I want to speak on it, I'm going to speak on it. But as far as going to their platform, thinking that, oh, you know, because I used to have this mindset of, you know, people grow, people change. But what I'm seeing with that individual is the only thing that's growing is their debt and their waistline. That's the only thing that's growing. And the more debt that they are accruing, the more that they are gonna do things to trigger people, do things to draw people in, do things to get people upset, to make themselves a spectacle, to make themselves the center of attention. The more they're gonna do it. And and if we continue to give our energy to that, it speaks more about who we are than who they are, because they've already showed us who they are, just like everybody else in this industry, just like everybody else in the business. They've already told us who they are. Make sure they've already told us who they are. Bingo. I be the same way. Like maybe they will correct the error in their ways, but now I feel those people like to do these things. Yeah, that's who they are. This is how they eat. This is not what this has never been. And honestly and truly, low key, we should have knew this with Kaya. We all should have learned it from Kaya. We all should have knew after that. And then if we didn't know there, we definitely should have known after Geo, because you wouldn't be who you are without Geo. You wouldn't have gotten where you are. And so when we saw those two fallouts, that should have been an indication of where this train was going, of what was going on, of what was happening. That should have been an indication. But we want to believe. We want to believe the possible. We want to believe that the impossible is possible, and it happens with everybody. It happens when they try to, like now the trans women who are participating in these female pageants and winning these crowns, like all of that is to get women emotional so that they could keep saying that this is the reason why we shouldn't have no woman as the president. This is the reason why women shouldn't hold those types of places in power because they're too emotional. All of this is like harvesting energy, harvesting information, harvesting energy like that. It is ultimately used against a lot of women. It's ultimately used against you. It ultimately becomes your Achilles heel, because you have that nurturing side and that maternal side, and it is not, and it's only valued and it's only respected when when the males or the men are broken and hurt and wounded and need to be loved on and lifted up. It's not valued any other time. When you need that care, when you need somebody to pray for you, when you need somebody to stand in the gap for you, when you need for somebody to believe in you, when you need for somebody to encourage you, that's when it's valued. But any other time, it's manipulated and used against you. And that is why a lot of women's emotions are so unstable. And it is the way it is because this reality has poisoned the emotions. This reality has warped emotions. It's warped it. It's warped how we see it. It's warped how we see femininity. It's warped how we look at it. Yeah, it's warped how we look at it. It's so messed up how society looks at emotions and how we judge emotions and how we feel about having emotions and feelings, and it's vile and it's sick and it's disgusting how a lot of times women's emotions are used against them. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. That's the only word I could think to say. It's disgusting. And I'm so sick of being I'm like that's why I speak on it. Like to literally say things to get people upset, to have women upset, to have the beings that participated in birthing you, nurturing you, loving you, helping you to get to where you are, and just to purposely trigger somebody just for you to capitalize, just for you to get an essence check, just for a check. That's it. Nothing profound, nothing enlightening, nothing complex, just a check. I'm trying to pay my mortgage, trying to pay my car note. Fuck these hoes. That's it. That's how they feel about you, black woman. That's how they feel about you. They're going to make you laugh. They're going to kiki and ha. They're going to get you to come in the gingerbread house, get you comfortable, make you laugh, make you kiki and ha. Then they're going to spit in your fucking food. Drop drops of poison in your food. Trigger the shit out you. So you could talk about it. So you could spread the word. So you could give it legs to walk and make it bigger. And this the crazy part. I look at Charleston White and even Charleston White and men who are like him, and I look at the toxic rhetoric that is often spoke about women, and you know, you want to empathize, but it's like going to see a movie that you know is about slavery and racism and expecting to leave out the show in a good mood. You went to go and see this movie and you knew that this movie was going to trigger you. You done seen these movies before. You already know what it's giving. But you went and watched it anyway. You went back and you watched it. You thought this one was going to be a little bit different. That's me. I went to go and see Harriet Tubman. Because you thought it was going to be a little different. But you was still triggered. And see, I learned from Harriet Tubman that I did not want to see Will Smith's slavery movie. That's the only movie that Will Smith has ever played in that I've never seen. Because after Harriet Tubman, I was done. I don't want to see no more slave movies. I don't want to see another slave movie. They say not another scary movie, not another slave, not now another. Hey, Fatima, not now another slave movie. I don't want to see no more of them. Don't put it across my screen. Don't tell me about it. Don't try to put a spin on it. I don't give a damn if they were Super Saiyan slaves. I don't give a damn if they turn into mutants in the middle of the movie, and I want to see now another slave movie. And a lot of these bloggers are slaves. They're slaves to wealth. They're slaves to capitalism. They're slaves to being able to sit at the table with master. And so it's like watching another slave movie. All of these bloggers, all of these people on here that will traumatize you and trigger you and upset you for the sake of the algorithm, for the sake of an AdSense check, they're slaves. And I don't want to watch another slave movie. I'm done watching slave movies. I don't care how entertaining it is. Done. Done. I done got to the point to where I'd rather watch cartoons. Done. Done. At this point, they're harvesting energy just like the government is doing. And it's the crazy thing. Y'all like so many people have called me crazy, have talked about my mental health, but yet and still, y'all talking about my mental health, But we live in a nation where the best thing you got to choose from is Donald Trump, and now Kamala never even like when did she run? When did the people say, "Hey, yes, it is between Kamala and Donald Trump"? When did the people say, "Okay"? A whole bunch of elitist, upscale people in our community just said, "Yeah," and now she on the ballot. Now it's between her and him. When my mother just said that to me, just really made me think about that. Thank you, mother. But when did the people actually say, when did the people actually say? And so when we start, y'all talking about Donald Trump trying to be a dictator, but they didn't even ask us. They didn't even ask us what we thought. They just literally just put her in there. And everybody just going along with it. And so when you talk about my mental health and when you call me crazy, I'm looking at all of y'all like y'all crazy. Cuz if we keep allowing these little passive aggressive things to go unchecked, before you know it, our freedom gonna be what little freedom we think we have, the illusion of freedom we think we have, we're not even gonna have that. Our government, I don't want to sit here and talk about I don't want to sit here and talk about a problem if I can't tell you about a solution. And the solution to the problem that we have in America is that our government does not reflect the actual people. It reflects the who's who, the elite, those who already are, those who have been endorsed by corporations, conglomerate entities who do not care about the common folk, who do not care, because you have to leave that. You have to leave your hood. You have to leave all that behind in order to be accepted by those people. And that is a problem. Everybody needs to be at the table because there's a huge percent of our population that is functioning addicts. There's a huge percent of our population that are sex workers. There's a huge percent of our population that are unhoused. There's a there's a huge percent of our population that are a part of groups that are not represented. There's a huge percentage uh, of our um of our society that are not college graduates, that do not have formal indoctrination, that have not been formally indoctrinated. And so if our government does not represent these people, it is not representing America, because America is all of that. America is unhoused. America is sex work. America is all of these things that y'all trying to pretend don't exist, and all you gatekeepers are trying to bully us into feeling like we need to aspire to be like that in order to sit at your table and to be able to have a voice. But you continue to use our bodies, our energy, our intellectual property to sustain this mess. And to do the same thing and expect different results is insanity. It's insanity. Harvesting energy, buck breaking, reinforcing constant humiliation of the Negro via mass information and propaganda. Exactly. 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 And they got all of us participating in this harvesting energy. I was watching this guy the other day. He has 71,000 views, and he was talking about, and I thought he was finna be talking about some conscious stuff. The title of the video was The Fall of America. And I thought I was about to get into some knowledge. Soon as the live started, he was, and Jesus said, and it's the fall of Babylon, and remember what your Bible said. 71,000, you a black man, so I'm sure predominantly your audience is black. So you got 70 something thousand Negroes on your live, and we can't get, like, if you gotta rely on God and Jesus every other word to get an amen and to hit some points, if every other word come out your mouth gotta be Jesus said, and the Holy Spirit, if you gotta do all of that to make a point, what point are you really making? Because what is the meat? What's the actual conversation? And this is what gets me about a lot of people that look like me. Y'all be in the comment section, amen, you better speak, brother, just because he a handsome black man and he talking about God. Really? He a handsome, decent dressed black man talking about God, and this conversation ain't hitting on nothing, and y'all just rah-rahing in the comment section because he upholding patriarchy, riding a spiritual guy sky daddy dick. He homo spiritual, but y'all worried about homosexuals. Girl, stop. Good question. We're just left no choice. It's it's so scummy on Trump's side. Yeah. And that's what they know. That's what they know. They're showing you this is how a dictatorship happens though. You constantly keep getting left no choice. Before you know it, there is no choice. This is the doorway into that. People don't understand that. They literally are giving you no choice. You got to choose between her and him. You really don't. A lot of people feel like they don't have a choice already. So what's next? There are no choices. Y'all keep saying it's going to change. We could work on it once we get so. That's what y'all said with Biden. That's what you said with Obama. That's what you said with Clinton. Y'all keep saying the same shit every 4 years. Just get them in there. We could work on it. Where's it at? Where's the work? Y'all keep saying it. Y'all say that every 4 years. No shade to Hope Giselle, but I heard her on the live the other day. Let's get her in there. Then we could pull her by her edges. That's every 4 years. Then we could. Then we could. Then we could. Get them in there. Then we could. Then we could. Then once we get them in there, y'all go to Bird Box. Don't nobody hear nothing from y'all. Y'all get quiet. The celebrities ain't saying nothing. The bloggers don't say nothing. Only reason why y'all endorsing them people now during election time is because y'all getting a check. Somebody paying y'all. Some type of opportunity happening. You can't tell me somebody ain't sliding y'all some money because it's crazy. If politics matter, why politics matter so much now and they don't matter year round? Why it's not a conversation year round? Because I talk about things that have to do with our society and how we could better ourselves as a people year round. I don't wait till election time come around to start talking about my challenges with the government and to start talking about my challenges with how the system is working. A lot of y'all don't open y'all mouth until it's time to get a check, till it's time to get an endorsement. Then y'all want to look good in front of massa and you want doors to open for you. And the funny thing about it is I'm not hating on doors opening for you. My issue is when those doors open for you, you pulling a Kamala. You missing. We barely see you. Now, one thing that Leah Bad said, and I agree with her, what I do like about Kamala is she do seem fun. She do seem like she could bring some energy into the White House that is lighter, because we are a miserable people. But my elder instinct, I see both sides. Baby, I don't want you to be somewhere partying when the shit hit the fan. I need to know you're gonna be present, fat. Those are some concerns. Make sure y'all click that like button because there's 12 of y'all on here and I only got 5 thumbs up. So I don't know if you sleep, you're in shock, you don't agree. What's the tea? Because you ain't hitting that like button. The American Plantation is a corporation and it's overstayed. It itself selected residency illegal, and the Aboriginal Negro is facing its final stage of genocide, total annihilation. Now, this is the thing. And it's amazing that you say that because we're not even looking at what's happening real time before our eyes. I was looking at the last Avatar, the one that they had on Netflix, and I was kind of shocked that there were no Negro people. There were no obvious Negro people on the show. Now, and I and Kamala give me like, the minions, they looked at like they were gold or beige. So Kamala give me like that minion tease. And that's what Avatar gave me. It was a lot of obviously racially ambiguous people, but there was no one on the whole season that you could pinpoint to and say, okay, that's definitely a person of Negro or Ebonic descent. There was nowhere you could do that. And it got an Emmy nomination. The idea that you could give someone telling a story in America an Emmy, and it's a whole saga, that was a whole series, and there was not one Negro person, one Ebonic person in the whole series, and this got an Emmy nomination. And what puts more salt in the wound is that Aang's supposed to be this avatar that's coming to save the world. What kind of world are you saving without Negro people in it? What world are you saving with the absence of negritude? The absence of the Aborigine people, indigenous people. What type of world are you trying to save, boo? And see, a lot of Black people, we don't want to talk like this or talk about this. We want to talk about King Jesus. We want to be entertained. We want to laugh. And we want to talk about getting some money. Getting some money. laughing, getting a bag. And it's the thing. Then you have all of these, you know, these bougie elitist black people that want because there's not many spaces for black people in mainstream, thanks to pick me's gatekeeping everybody out and settling for the crumbs that come off a massive table. There's so few opportunities. And so now that those opportunities have to actually be split with people like Sexy Red, oh, y'all and y'all feelings. Because the pick me's should get all that. We barely getting any. We barely now I gotta share my crumbs with somebody like Sexy Red. Now I gotta share my crumbs with somebody like 21 Savage. Now I gotta share my crumbs with some ratchet, lowbrow niggas. And that's the world that we actually live in. That's the problem. Is that we got a lot of Negroes that are really here for the shenanigans, but they pretend like they're not here for it in order to keep harvesting our energy so that they could uphold Massa Kingdom. And it's sad. The unhoused numbers are ridiculous. It makes me cry, but they talk about all they have done. They didn't change that, and they won't. Love your name, by the way. I know I love her name too. Sounds like a common grifter to me. Preaching same stuff they did during slavery. Very telling. Absolutely. Right. Saying too much, ain't saying nothing. Saying a whole bunch of stuff and ain't saying nothing. It's 15 of y'all on here, but them likes ain't going up. I guess y'all struggling with processing it. I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all some grace because I know it'd be hard for, a lot of black people to hear what I'm saying. And I don't give nobody no passes. I talk about everybody. I call it L because at this point, people just don't have the courage. Everybody trying to fit in. Everybody trying to go along to get along. I know it's a difficult topic and I know it's hard to hear because nobody else is trying to give you any truth. Everybody trying to get a coin. Everybody trying to get a bag. This is not even about me getting the AdSense check. I asked y'all to click the thumbs up so that more people can see the video. Because just because you're not ready to change or ready to do anything about it doesn't mean that you should keep other people from being able to hear this information. Stop trying to keep me a secret. So because baby, guess what? It's a generation coming that don't want to settle for the crumbs. They tired of that. Everybody don't want to be that. Everybody does not aspire to be respected or to be exalted in this matrix as is. Everybody's not looking at Camilla and saying goals. Everybody's not looking at the black people that have become successful in this country. Everybody's not looking at Jay-Z and saying goals. Because we've seen where goals get you. Bill Cosby used to be the standard. Look how well that worked out for him. Bill Cosby was the standard. P. Diddy was the standard. He was goals. Look how well that worked out for him. All of y'all idols, they're falling. So just because you're not ready to digest the truth, you're not ready to hear the truth, just because you're not in a place, don't block somebody else from it. Don't block other people from the truth. Because change is coming. And you need to pick what side you're going to be on. It's coming. And either it could steamroll over you, or you could get on board a little cheering. But it's coming. It's inevitable. Seasons change, honey. Nothing stays the same. Nothing. This is the thing. It changes and then it goes back to what it was. It just like now it's summertime. It's about to be fall. Then it's going to be winter. Y'all want it to stay one season year round. Y'all want the sun to shine over here forever. This is how a lot of American people think. Specifically, a lot of people in my community. A lot of people that look like me. Y'all think that y'all say, "Oh, God don't change. God is an unchanging God. God stays the same. God is always." No, God doesn't. If God made this whole, everything is made in the image of God. Everything is made in the image of the Creator. The seasons change. There is your marker. In nature, things change. Trees don't stay with leaves on them year round. In the wintertime, them hoes be bald headed. You are detached from nature. You are so plugged into this matrix, you're forgetting what reality actually is. Things change, yet at the core, they are the same. At the roots, they are the same. A lot of you are not rooted, and so you don't understand when you hear someone who is rooted talking. I have people who tell me I changed like the wind, but at my core, I am still the same person. If I was not, I would not still have some of the same people in my life that's been in my life since I was a child. Because at my core, I'm still the same person. I've just expanded mentally. I've expanded emotionally. I've expanded consciously. But at my core, I am still the same person. I go through seasons where I engage differently, where I move differently, where I want to experience different things. But at my core, there are some things about me that are just not going to change. I would rather kill myself than be a pedophile. I'm not going to murder someone unless they're trying to harm me or a loved one. I am not fixing to sit up and get high and get drunk all day, every day, because I like having a clear head. I understand that I have to put certain things in my body if I want to have energy and be healthy. So I eat fruits and vegetables and I drink coconut water because I like clarity. I like quiet sometimes, but then there are times when I like noise and I like to party. I'm not two-faced, I'm complex. I have many faces. I have many different aspects. I'm a multi-dimensional being. I have layers like an onion. I'm not cut and dry. And that's how most people are. They just pretend not to be in order to be accepted in a melting pot. But I'm not here for a melting pot. I'm here for a gumbo where we all can be our authentic selves and celebrate one another as our ancestors once did before they bought into a lie, before they started participating. And I'm not angry at my ancestors. I do the work every day of forgiving my ancestors. I do this work every day. I live this. I get on my knees and I pray at my altar. And sometimes I burn money. And when I burn money, I pray for the release of my Caucasian ancestors, of my Negro ancestors, of all of my ancestors who have participated in this clown act, in this clown show. I pray for all of them. I forgive all of them because I understand if I allow anger and hurt and traumatized feelings to hold me hostage, then I am not helping. And people who get mad at me for speaking the truth that they don't have the courage to speak, people who get upset with me, that speaks more about who they are and where they are in consciousness. Don't get mad at me because I have not bound myself. I have not put myself in a situation like you so I am able to speak on things. What you wish I was doing, you wish I was so focused on shucking and jiving and getting my bag that I wasn't able to speak on what you were doing. That's what you wish. That's what you yearn for. That's what you hope for. You wish that I was so busy with my head down trying to get me a bag and trying to elevate up on the plantation that I was not able to have this perspective. That's what's got you bothered. That's what has you perplexed. A lot of people, when I was speaking on Netta the other day, the reason why a lot of butch queens a lot of gay men have negative things to say about Netta, Craig, for example, is because that's the one y'all wouldn't have let go to the No Fats, No Femmes party. Netta wouldn't have been invited either. Y'all want to make it like, oh, Netta lying, Netta this, Netta that. Y'all mouth ain't no prayer book either. Y'all ain't got no integrity neither. Lot of you black butch queens, y'all not decent and upscale. It's all an illusion. You might not get in drag, but your whole persona is drag. You might didn't grow no titties. You might didn't put on a wig. You might not wear dresses and high heels, but bitch, you're in spiritual drag. Because bitch, you're living a facade. That's not who you really are. You're in drag up here. So bitch, you're in drag too. And Netta is whole. Netta is living in their truth. And y'all mad because, oh, Charles is slow. Charles is this, Charles is that. Because y'all done conformed to patriarchy and y'all around here looking like a soldier boys with crew cuts and bald heads, looking like Massa's finest up on the plantation. No authenticity. No way to stand out. You all look the same. All you butch queens look the same. In the army of the Lord. All you butch queens look the same. And here come Netta, whole, with her man, living her best life, all out in the public, and y'all conformed because y'all want that crossover money. But if you pay attention to Netta, Netta don't pander to Caucasian people. We ain't never seen Netta with no Caucasian people. Not to say that's bad. Are we seeing Netta around? We ain't even really seen Netta in the gay community. We ain't even really seen Netta with LGBT people. That's why when T.S. Madison said, "Are you a part of the community?" No, bitch, I'm with my people. Bitch, I don't have nothing against gay people. I don't have nothing against the gay community, but I'm with my people. So y'all had to dismantle that for Massam. Are you a part of the community? No, I'm just me. I'm a human being. Why I gotta be on somebody's team? Why I gotta be a part of? Why do I gotta be a part of this group or that group? Why can't I just be black and be human? Or do you want to be an advocate for the LGBT community? No, I just want to be an advocate for people. In Guyana, South Africa, where my ancestors are from, Kamala and her Hindustan group were brought over by the British to supplement, replace the Negro, and to keep us in our place into perpetuity. Yeah, they have started bringing. I noticed that they in South Africa they've started bringing Asians over, the Asiatic people over, um to kind of like to kind of like do like a little pecking order, like to put things in order. Yeah, I saw a little bit of that and heard conversations about that when I was in South Africa in 2020. I heard a little bit about that. Um, I don't know how they did. They I don't know how they did the Black Panther sequel. I don't like how they did the Black Panther sequel. We need a trilogy so we can take back our throne. We won't see that though. As they left, we were still currently living under systems of East Indian supremacy. Um, whereas we whereas we speak, I see patterns in this co-op bait and switch happening with y'all on a larger current stage. And the thing about us is, we're so weak as a people. Oh, her daddy Jamaican. And then I watch it rolling Byron Allen or Roland Thomas or whatever his name is. I get all them elite bougie black people confused. But Roland, I think his name Roland, he said, well, the Jamaicans from Africa. You mean whatever the landmass was before it was called Africa? And if that's the case, we all come from Africa, even Caucasian people. Like literally. If you want to use that out of Africa narrative, you have to acknowledge that all life originated in Africa. So by that whole theory, we all come from Africa. So stop centering that out of Africa narrative, because literally archaeologists said that all life, Africa is the cradle of life. So everything comes from Africa. So why do you keep trying to make it like um because because they came from Africa, somehow their black can't be in opposition to my black? Like their melanin can't be in opposition to my melanin. Like I'm just supposed to automatically trust them because they have melanin. We all come from the cradle of life. Everybody does. Some not as direct as others, but we all originate from the cradle of life. We all originate from over there in that area. And through travel and through relocation, we got spread out. The Caucasus Mountains, the caves, all of that came later. So when y'all be with that out of Africa narrative and y'all keep talking about that Pan-African stuff, I'm like, but archaeologists and scientists say that the first life form that was found was in Africa. So that's not a good argument to divide us. That's not like, I'm not finna embrace you just because we both got melanin. No. Because I done seen people with melanin do more flaky shit than some Caucasian people. Red is an agent and nothing but a minstrel show. It's literally so sad. It's a good point she brought up, right? So there's no surprise that Kamala's parents were slave owners. Kamala's grandparents were slave owners? Oh, I didn't know that, T. Oh, I did not know that, T. Not her grandparents were slave owners. Mother, you and I both know they want nothing more than to starve you out. That's right. Hey, Faith. Hey, Monk. Yeah. Take notes and not cite their source water down and copy and paste poorly. The same, like we go along with the copy and paste, and that's what gags me. Like, we be so, oh my goodness, like, and it don't mean we have to get out there and die. It don't mean that we have to get out there and sacrifice ourselves. It just means we need to stop breaking our neck to run to the table. We need to stop breaking our neck to run to sit at these people's tables. When I think about what happened to Sonia Massey and I think about this narrative of her, I'm not putting this woman down. I'm not talking bad about this woman. But I have not called the police since 2012. No, I'm lying. I called them in 2014. It was, yeah. Yeah, the last time was in 2014. One of my partners had slapped the shit out of me. And when he called and when before I called the police, I told him, I said, I don't want to call the police on you. I told him that. I said, I don't want to call the police on you. I said, he didn't believe I would do it. It's like he forced me. He didn't leave me any other choice. Well, the other choice was I could have tried to kill that nigga and maybe I would have went to jail. So I called the police and he ended up going to jail for a night. But I don't like calling the police on people. I try to leave them out. I don't hate the police. I don't think all of them are bad. But I try not to depend on them either. When I was in New York, I used to speak to the police. I actually used to tell them, thank you for your service. So I don't hate the police. But a lot of us, we're under the delusion that this system was designed to care about us. That was never the intention. It was not designed to center women. It was not designed to center Black people. It was not designed to center openly queer people. Because you could be in the closet, you'd be just fine. If you could blend in and they can't really get it and you're not gonna talk about it, if you in the closet, you good. So I ain't gonna say it won't look out for gay people, but you need to be able to tone that shit down. So openly queer people, Black people who embrace the indigenous parts of themselves and the aboriginous parts of themselves. Now, the Black people who willing to shuck and jive and talk a certain way and wear the wigs and the makeup and perform, perform, for the Caucasians, you willing to put on a minstrel show for the Caucasians, and you could they'll let you sit at the children's table. You know how, yeah, Thanksgiving you had a big table for the grown-ups, then you had a children's table, but it's in the same room though. You can see the grown-ups eating. They right over there. That's what you get if you perform. You at least you get to, sit there. At least you in the room. Amen, a woman. But this society was never designed for us to prosper as ourselves, as our authentic, aboriginous, indigenous, whole selves. It's never. And so when you lean on these institutions and you expect to get the treatment of Caucasian people who often have to perform in order to get their illusion of privilege. Because as I've said before, and I'll say in another video, if your white ain't whiting, if your Caucasian ain't Caucasianing, they're going to do you worse. They're going to push your ass into obscurity. Huh. Olympus has fallen, right? Everything changes. Come on, trees. Tell them hoes we bow head. Amen, a woman. I strive daily to stay the same at my core and to grow and grow healthily. The paid gang stalking is wild. That's what they pay them to. They pay them to do that. Kick rocks. Oh baby, you done had to boot a couple of people out, huh? Jason, Michael Sloan, poor thing, had to get booted out. You had to time him out, Faith. You had to put him in, you had to put Jake in the timeout too. Crustaceans. Please double tap the screen to like the video and give it a thumbs up. That's right, Queen. Golden Queen. I said that too. I think it's jealous, but people swear not and then speak on the things they have to justify not being jealous. It's about what you don't have, right? Because people who have a lot of things, it's obvious that they are coveters. It's obvious that there's a spirit of greed, there's a spirit of gluttony, because you have all of these things. So it would make sense if you had a covetous and jealous spirit. Like people try to make it look like because they have all this stuff and because they have all these things, what would I be jealous of? Bitch, obviously you was jealous of something, because why the fuck you need all that shit? Don't just try to say I like nice things, because who determines what's nice? Who told you it was nice? Massam? Who told you it was nice? Who told you like just the sheer fact that you get out here and work your ass off to get a whole bunch of shit that do you really need? Do you really need it? Or are you just trying to impress other people? Are you just trying to overcompensate for your negritude? I'm black, but I ain't broke. I'm a Negro, but look what I got. I ain't one of them type of Negroes. I ain't no bum Negro. I'm one of them. I'm a upscale Negro. You're overcompensating for your negritude. And I'd be damned if I ever have to overcompensate for this melanin. I love me. I love me. And it ain't nail person walking, rolling, limping, however the hell you getting around. It ain't nail person on 2 legs, 1 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs that's gonna make me feel less than. Nope. When I got when I came out and the pastor made me get up in front of the church and apologize for being the way that I was, I let them make me feel bad. When I tested positive for HIV, I let them make me feel bad. When I got addicted to drugs because I was positive, I let people make me feel bad. When I was doing sex work in order to sustain myself and to take care of myself, I let people make me feel bad. Because I didn't graduate from college, I let people make me feel bad. Because my teeth is crooked, I let people make me feel bad. Bitch, I'm not about to let you hoes keep making me feel bad. I'm about to let you hoes keep controlling my emotions. That's why I talk about what's going on with me. That's why I face my demons. I don't bury them. I don't try to pretend like everything is okay. I talk about it. I'm transparent because that's the only way you're going to heal is to face your own demons. Because if you don't, people will continue to use them against you and puppeteer your emotions and puppeteer your feelings. And if I could leave something with this world, if I could leave something with my people, if I could leave something with my tribe, that's what I would leave with y'all. Know who you are. Embrace who you are, celebrate who you are, and don't let nobody use that shit against you. Period. And force Netta to pick a side. They did. And then that's Netta don't even like Netta, you could tell it's sincere and you could tell it's not an act. Cause Netta don't know none of the GLBT lingo. Don't know none of that. Don't understand none of that language. Don't talk like none of that. Don't when Netta talk on the live, you is just like you talking to a black woman. A black woman from the South who live in the country. You don't hear none of that language, none of them words. You don't hear none of that. And before that stuff happened with Fox Soul, it was working, but then it started working to her detriment because everybody automatically threw her in the same category as they threw the other one in. But the other one literally has a platform for that. Literally, because they pander to the community, because when they need them checks to come in when everything else fails, mama talk all that shit and pop all that shit about I'm rich and I got this and I got that. But baby, them white queens, the LGBTQ, honey, them was the ones that put you on. Them was the ones that was flying you out and booking you and bringing you to clubs. So you do owe the LGBT some kind of loyalty. And I know them white butch queens be sitting there cackling when you be talking about nappy necks and talking about, and saying nigga with a hard R, just like Storm Monroe. Oh, I know them white butch queens be cackling. The ones that's been supporting you with the Wild Network and all that. Oh, I know they be cackling. Boots. It's so bad so far this year. Go back to Reality Oak, Gold Gallery. You have to go. Gavin, he wants to go shopping with you. Oh, I ain't understand that one. Wow, 20 views and only 8 likes, right? Oh well, I mean it's 11 now. 14 people on there. Roland Martin, yeah, that's him. Roland mutually, the dog step and fetch Martin. And I mean, like, these are the people that we used to lift up high. Hey, Misha Mama. I see you on here. I'm going to go live again later. I don't want to talk too long now because I got to do another live again later on. Uh, yeah, there's white Africans. That's right. The out of Africa theory was used to justify our lowest form of life and 3/5 of and our lowest form of life and 3/5 of a human category. And the Netherlands graft themselves into our story, into our story, usurp our civilizations. And this is the thing. I think they were grafted from our DNA. I've said that before multiple times. And it's like I don't know what happened, but it's like we created this problem. And I get it. I think some of us fell in love with, you know, it reminds me of the Frankenstein story. You create this monster, and because you created it, you love it. You know what I'm saying? And you love it to the point to where you almost end up becoming a slave to it. And I think that's what's happened with a lot of our gatekeeping black people. They created these monsters, and we continue to feed their egos when we say stuff like when we out in public. Say for example, if I'm in a car and we're driving and I get and I'm about to get in some trouble, and or something's not going right, and I automatically be like, okay, girl, use your white privilege. Girl, use your I I'm not doing that. I'm not about to diminish myself, because if I have to do that in order to win, wherever space we trying to go to, where we need your privilege, that place doesn't need to exist. Spaces like that don't need to exist, where I need you to use your privilege in order to help me. And what gets me is a lot of people, like a lot of Caucasian people, are calling Kamala, Carmela or Camilla, a DUI hire or something like that, like a diversity hire, talking about she got hired because of the way she look. Sweetheart, all the power y'all have come from how you look. Like literally, the only reason they literally, y'all created a 3/5 rule that had that is still hanging over our head now, that had it to where we was inferior to y'all because we had more melanin, and because we could stand the sunlight, and because our hair pointed to the sun like trees. Y'all spent this narrative that we was inferior to y'all, and that's where y'all power came from, was from crafting a narrative that y'all was superior to us. So the only reason why you was getting chose initially and getting first pick initially on our land, on our homeland, the only reason why you were being chosen and being picked was because of how you looked. How dare you say that the reason why she's getting this opportunity is because of how she looks, when that's the reason why y'all are being featured, because of how you look. So if it ain't the pot calling the tea kettle black, the nerve. Yeah. But they say she went to Howard, which was convenient for her. I'm doing good, Misha Mama. How you doing? Yes, yes. The need to want to belong and accepted is the downfall of many. Ugh. Yes, rest in power, Sonia Massey. I pray for her family because she clearly was unwell. I do ask myself, where was the family? I hope in her life regularly, not just when it's national news that she was murdered. Amen, a woman. Say that, sister. That in integration and the byproduct of white sex. Right. And Martin Luther King said, I fear I may be integrating my people into a burning house. Cause I'm trying to figure out, like, we hear this narrative all the time that the reason why black people wanted to use white bathrooms, and I don't know. I just feel like I'm just trying to figure out, would the Caucasians have just exterminated us if we would have just created our own governments? Like, I just don't understand why, because they were saying that, they wanted to go to white bathroom. I mean, they wanted to use the white bathrooms. They wanted to drink out the white water fountains. But we're constantly hearing how black people were so inventive and all the things that we invented, so we couldn't invent these things in black neighborhoods. Like, I'm a thinker. I'm a thinker. And I mean, it's easy to see how it was playing out then, because it's the same script, different cast. We see all of these black people with money now, and what do? The first thing they get money, they move out of neighborhoods, and they move into um neighborhoods that are predominantly dominated by Caucasian people. And I get it. I get why you move in neighborhoods with predominantly Caucasian people, because unfortunately, when you have a lot of wealth around black people who do not have your kind of wealth, and who do not have your kind of access, and they see you around here flaunting master coins and showing off, a lot of them want to rob that ass. A lot of them want to take out on that ass, bash the mister's head in, and then ask questions later. You know what I'm saying? So, because for fear of getting your skull bashed, you move into predominantly white neighborhoods. And this is why I want to see a deeply melanated Negro person raise up, that has money, that has coins, but doesn't necessarily need to announce it to the world. you know, um, Stop being a peacocking Negro. I would love to see a generation of Negroes that did not feel the need to peacock, could have nasty old coin and still live in a modest house, still drive a modest car, Still, like you ain't gotta rub it in people's face. You ain't gotta act like a nigga that ain't never had shit. You ain't gotta let everybody know you got coins. Be able to be modest. Be able to be humble. Be able to be down to earth. So you don't have to keep leaving out your hood and giving your resources to a system that is not thinking about the people where you come from, which ultimately made you have to move. See, when you're maneuvering in spaces where you know that people are economically challenged, you know that resources are not in abundance, then what you don't do is you don't go out and buy $3,000 and $4,000 purses. You don't go out and buy $3,000 and $4,000 shoes. You don't because what it feels like to people who are struggling to make ends meet is that you're rubbing it in their face. And let's be clear, a lot of us, that's exactly what we're doing. I'm shitting on you hoes. You hoes can't take me. You bitches can't sit with me. I shitted on them niggas. That's what a lot of us are. And one of my fellow artists brought this to me. And this is so true. You can't say negativity without saying nigga. You can't say negativity without saying nigga. A lot of niggas is straight negative. Straight negative energy. Their whole purpose in life is to gain wealth, to gain access, to gain power so that they can put down other people that look just like them. So that they can rub it in people that look. I shitted on them niggas. Them niggas can't take me. You niggas is jealous. You niggas hate me. Bitch, I'm that one. You're nothing. I'm one of one. You bitches are under to me. You bitches are my sons. Negativity. No balance. And you wonder why you have to move around white people to keep from getting robbed. You wonder why you have to take resources from your people instead of using those funds to pour into them and to elevate their consciousness and to pour into them so that they're not starving and hungry and that when you get an opportunity, instead of you taking and giving your resources over here, instead of pouring those resources back, what you want to do is you want to become a stunt queen. You want to be the number one stunter. That's why all of the ones who made it back in the day, Lil Wayne and Cash Money Boys and the 501, that's why all the motherfuckers had to move. That's why Lil Boosie, that's why all of them had to move, because it was that pick me, I'm that nigga mentality that made them not be able to be in a hood without fear of being robbed. Cause black people not just gonna rob you. Like I've lived in the hood. I've been in the hood my whole life. They don't just rob you just to rob you. 9 times out of 10, it was some stunting going on. Sometimes it might be somebody who tweaking and somebody who clucking and somebody who just want to get high. So I'm not going to say it never happens, but a lot of times it's because your ego got way too big and you made people feel played and you made people feel small and they retaliated by robbing you. Let's play the whole tape. We try our best not to call the police. We tried to self regulate in a smart way. I did respect police. My aunt was an officer. Police are the overseers. And a lot of them abuse that power. I always thank the veterans and the police for their service. Ashe. They are literally, as we speak, harvesting free biological materials from us as we speak. This very group, this very same group of people who let them tell it are inferior. Period. They had black overseers, the movie Life. So the position, yeah, and Django. Remember, he was the worst one of them all. They had black overseers, the movie Life. So their position overall as the police is to oversee the ones they feel are inferior. That's why rich people don't get the same experience by police. Exactly. Because they're here to protect the rich people, not the poor people. The poor people is get in line. Do what you're supposed to do. Chill. Also, they can survive another 250 years and keep us enslaved globally. But okay, until they could go to Mars, huh? But to these M MK okay MK Ultra victims. Okay, I call them get out. They think it's love. Love is love, diversity and inclusion. And it's not diversity and inclusion because diversity and inclusion should actually be representation of people who are unhoused. It should be representation of people who live below the poverty line. Like a government can have, because not everybody who lives below the poverty line is dis is thrown away or feels disenfranchised. There are brilliant people who live below the poverty line and don't have any desire. There are brilliant uneducated people, the people who are not formally educated, formally indoctrinated, should I say even better. There are brilliant people who never went to college. There are brilliant people who live below the poverty line. There are brilliant people who choose not to live in a house, who would rather be unhoused. There are brilliant people who do sex work. There are brilliant people in so many facets and they are not represented, but y'all want all of us to get out there and vote. There are brilliant people who have been incarcerated multiple times. This is why that whole calling Trump a felon kind of rubs me the wrong way. Calling him a convicted felon kind of rubs me the wrong way because it's like, okay, in Trump's instant, he may be a bad person because he's a convicted felon, but to call him a convicted felon in a way to get us to look at him like he is somehow to use that to make us see him as a bad person, to use that to reduce him as a person, to use him having a felony conviction to make us see him as a bad person. I don't live for that because we know we live in a country that was started by criminals, that was founded on criminal shit. When we gonna bring charges against them? When we gonna bring charges against all of the corruption that it took to create this nation? So don't bring up my felony record or my felony conviction as a way to try to reduce me or as a way to try to make me feel like I'm somehow inferior or I'm somehow immoral and unrighteous, because we know y'all was arresting people for selling and smoking weed, and now we selling it at the damn stores on the corner. We got dispensaries all over the place. So don't tell me nothing about no motherfucking felony conviction. Miss me with the bullshit. Even at the plantation is here when we were all when all we are to them is a means to an end. Mm. I just hope Kamala don't miss Suge Avery. So Kamala don't give Miss Suge Avery. I's married. You hear? Child, they reading Kamala for not having no children, and that's sad that they reducing that woman because she never gave birth. I mean, that's so patriarchal. That's so misogynist. Women unity, period. Trans versus cis unity. Oh, that's so nice, Van Trans. You want all of the feminine beings to come together. I know that's right. Um, Golden Queen 100. Hey mother. Hey, Kia. Is that how you say it, Kaya or Kia? Um, Misha Mama. I love you too, baby. Let me see Fatima. We love you, mother. Oh, thank you. Um, Golden Queen, correct. That's what I love about you. Fatima, have it their way. They will make you apologize yourself into the grave. Exactly. Exactly. I said once, I said a million times. I ride with Netta. I'm a straight man transitioning, and I'm not catty towards other trans women like gay guys because I am not concerned with competing. LOL. I know that's right. You better let us know you a lesbian in the making. You a lesbian in the making, huh? I know that's right. Exactly. Netta Joe said, I'm just me. Come on, Netta Joe. Netta Jolie. Trans women who are attracted to males are more catty towards other trans women, but I see them as sisters more than a lot of trans because I am not attracted to men. I don't compete with women. LOL. I know that's right. I know some trans girls who only like the girls. Like I'm not attracted to I've tried it. I've been with a trans girl who had titties at the top and dick at the bottom. And that's not my thing. However, I will do titties at the top and pussy at the bottom. I mean, I just like it to be like, that may sound kind of weird, but if you really think about it, I got a sex change. So I'm titties at the top and pussy at the bottom. So I like being with people. I don't, I'm not against it. Like, I don't like the Mitch thing. I don't like it for myself sexually to engage with it. I've tried it. I've sucked some girls' penises who had titties at the top and dick at the bottom. I've, jacked a couple of girls off who had titties at the top and penis at the bottom. I've done some things for money with some girls who had titties at the top and dick at the bottom. You know what I'm saying? I've experienced it, but it's not my thing. Like if I want it to be, I want congruency. I don't want the mixed match. I'm just, if you will, just give me like if I'm gonna be with someone with titties, I want them to have a vagina. If I'm gonna be with someone with a penis, I don't want them to have titties. You know what I'm saying? That's just that's just for my soul. That's just for my soul. Uh, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they're unattractive. I'm just saying it's not for me. Okay. Yeah, I've tried it. They say don't knock it till you tried it. Well, I've tried it a few times, and it's a no for me. I hope you can support my channel, sister. I'll be reviewing items from expensive to cheap. Okay, well, make sure you send it to me. I hope Kamala don't give. Wait, okay, I seen that. I read that already. They definitely were escape lab rats, mutants. The creators of this group kept a safety check if we were to enter a reality like we live today by putting a cap on their man-made biology. Okay. Okay, please. Like I just want how how what's her name? What's her name? Amy Winehouse. Back to black. Back to black. And life is like a pipe. And I'm a tiny pitney rolling up the walls inside. We only said goodbye with words. I died 100 times. You go back to her, and I'll go back to black, black, black. I'll go back to, I'll go back to. We only said goodbye with words. Bitch, bitch, back to black, bitch. Bitch, I want everything to be black, bitch. You get to be black, you get to be black, you get to be black, you get to be black. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let's go, baby, to the hole in the wall. Ooh, we DII hire. Yep, saying she only got there because she was a black. Whoever they choose her, cause she just like Rosa Parks. Mm-hmm. I'm fine, boo. All right, Misha Mama. If we were even started to truly love ourselves and ignore the propaganda, mass mind control, these people, vampires, come on, bloodsuckers, would starve out. They sure would. They sure would. They sure would. They sure would. And cease to exist as nature clearly seeks to purge. No shade. But we feed that. We feed that. We feed it. And a lot of us secretly think it's superior and strive to be it. We could have stayed segregated and been better off. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. But we wanted that whites only pie. Oh my. We should have let them come to the village instead of coming to their matrix. Oh my. We should have let. Okay, we gonna take. You know how when you go to the club they say we taking five. Bitch, we taking. Okay, we taking five. Wait. Now once we finish absorbing y'all and getting y'all to a nice brown color, getting your grandchildren to a nice brown color. Okay, we're accepting five more. Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. Because it's going the other way around now. It's going the other way around. It's going the other way around now because we ran to the matrix instead of saying, okay, we gonna fight to maintain our little village over here, and we go come on in and we gonna get you to a nice get everything to a golden brown. And once we done got it to a golden brown, then we Ooh-wee. And I mean, the ones that don't want to come, stay over there and do your Caucasian thing, like be a bunch of Caucasians, or so that we can make sure that we preserve what we have and we preserve what we doing over here. We ain't need to go to the Matrix. We needed to, put your application in if you want to live in the village. We're gonna take 5, then we're gonna put the rope back up. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. No shade. Exactly. They're working, acknowledging their working knowledge of psychology is unmatched and undeniable. Mm. You talking about us or you talking about them? Because baby, they do play a lot of mind games. Robiana. Let me see. True. I think there are some. That's why we don't know them, very low key. Mm. Was to something I said earlier. Yeah. Robiana. Okay, now I get it. That was what I was talking about, getting robbed in the village. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Bitch, be humble. Sit down. Be humble. Sit down. Yes, that's the Rabiana too. Real talk, boo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's how it be in the village. That's how it be. I've lived in the hood. I could go live in the hood now because I know how to carry myself. I lived in the hood in Africa for 9 months. I lived in the village and I knew how to carry myself. And I had a coin over there because people was, baby. When I tell you, I was getting so much support from people back in America when I was living over there. Baby, I was living so good in Africa, but I did not rub it in people's face. I did not. I dressed down. I wasn't always stunting. I didn't bring no attention to myself. I lived just like we didn't even have no bathroom. Like we shared the showers. I didn't have a refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? I purposely, because I was a vegetarian, so I didn't need to store meat. But I lived humbly, and when I wanted to stunt, when I wanted to show out, I waited until I got in the city where the tourist was. I waited till I got in the tourist area. Baby, I got in that car and I went straight to where the tourist was at. And when I felt like I wanted to stunt and I wanted to give what I was giving, I was around the Indians and the white people. But when I was in the village, oh honey, very dressed down, very incognito, very blending in, very not standing outish. Baby, I know how to live in every hood you could think of. I know how to maneuver through a hood. Just like the technology of the stock market, they engineer what is valued and devalued. And when the pendulum swings, the very same group, wait, the pendulum swings, the very same group under a different name, just like technology, just like the technology of the stock market, they engineer what is valued and devalued. And when the pendulum swings, the very same group under a different name. And the whole point is like they're always gonna be able to decide who wins in the game because they are orchestrating it. They're organizing it. And so they always gonna look out for them. And the only way you gonna win at it is if you're hooked up with them. They don't mind giving some black folks opportunities and giving some black folks resources because they know at the end of the day what demographic you live in, what party you vote with. You're protecting the same interest as them. So giving you something is not a loss to them. We celebrate Negroes who winning, but Is it a victory for them or is it a victory for us? Because your resources are now going to them. So why are we celebrating your rise? Because you done rose the fuck from around us. Why we over here? Yay, they winning. How is your winning benefiting me other than me seeing your example? And it's an example of coonery. It's an example of selling out. So you have to excuse me for having mixed feelings about it. You have to excuse me. Oh, that was good. Because if you look at what they're doing now, most whites are moving in our communities while we're moving out, thinking we're moving on up. Okay, they we done moved to their neighborhoods, and the more we get money, the more we go and move in their neighborhoods. Now, mind you, they still own those neighborhoods. They still own those neighborhoods. So we moving in their neighborhoods. More and more of us are moving into their neighborhoods, and now it's becoming just another hood. And while we moving out, they moving where it's cheap at, and they gentrifying the hell out of it. That's exactly what's happening. It's a whole chess game. Buy up all that devalued at the lowest rate, near free, and then sell it on once waiting on the game, wait and sell it once the waiting game is complete. Right. And then they own everything. That's how they do the conglomerates and the corporations and everything. They own everything. And it works every single time. That's true. Not hungry hippos. Tokens come tokens come and go. Massa picks his pets when useful, and don't even need to be spectacular no more. Thanks to AI, because AI gonna do all the heavy lifting when it comes to the mental stuff. Don't even need a smart token no more. Don't even need you to be smart. He don't even need you to be. You could be. Thank you, Father God. Thank you. I love you. And then, may I love you. You my everything. You got pressure, nigga. You got pressure with me, nigga. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Let me stop. Say it's the boastfulness. That's right. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show niggas your Rocket voice. But see, when I pop out and show niggas, I pop out and show niggas I pop out and show niggas with some shit I made. Like I do my own outfits, my own clothes. Like I design my own stuff. I make my own jewelry. So when I pop out and show niggas, I'm gonna pop out and show niggas with some original shit that you ain't gonna want to steal because you can't sell it for nothing, bitch. I made it, bitch. Bitch, who gonna buy it, bitch? So I'm gonna pop out and show niggas, but I'm gonna pop out and show you with some original shit, bitch. Bitch, if I pop out and show some niggas, bitch, it's gonna be some niggas who don't need to steal because they already got their own, bitch. You go over to another side of town, bitch. When you want to pop out and show niggas, bitch, you put that shit. What you do is you buy you if you want to have a nice car, then you have your nice car parked over on the side of town by your family members who live in the neighborhood, and you be riding around with your little cheap car and wear your little cheap clothes, and baby, you throw your cute outfit in the back seat of that car. It's back seat of your little cheap car that don't nobody want. Your little gremlin, your little hoopty. You throw your little cute outfit in the back seat of that car. Bitch, you drive your hoopty and your in the back seat, and you drive and you have your little cute outfit in the back seat, and you ride right over to your people's house who live in a nice neighborhood. And baby, you go inside and you put your nice clothes on and you change whips. If I ever get a nasty, nasty coin, that's exactly. I'm a Gemini, so you know this is nothing for me. Like this, that's some Gemini shit. That's some Gemini shit. If nothing else, bitch, we gonna give you balance. We gonna give you two different. You know, we gonna give you that. We gonna give you the two parts. Bitch, when I'm in the hood, I'm like this, and when I'm over here, I be popping off and showing niggas. But bitch, when I'm in the hood, bitch, when in Rome, do as the Romans do. I love it here. Very educational. Thank you, Misha Mama. 100% right. I'll be 40 this year. I'm gonna pop out and be showing. Okay, you just gonna give a little light pop out. You gonna pop out and show niggas. You go. Just a little light pop out, huh? Hey, 100% pure love. Love you, sister. Yeah, Faith gotta have it. Okay. Yes. I hate that I'm stealth and live like a post-op girl. They be mad. They hate that I'm stealth and live like a post-op girl. Girl, everybody can't do it, girl. Hey, Kamala, I ain't got no kids either. Hey, twin, where have you been? LOL. I have a mannequin with titties at the top and dick at the bottom. My favorite toy. Oh, not a mannequin with titties at the top and dick at the bottom. You be doing it with it? Let me find out you be on. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Wait. I think Misha Mama said she was bisexual last night. I was about to ask you, Misha Mama, like, so if you did have a partner who had a vagina, do y'all ever like bring somebody in and, bring a little penis into the room every now and then? Do you ever let a little penis come in and join in the festivities? Mhm. Let me stop. So are you bisexual or just go with you or just go with it? I don't consider myself bisexual. I consider myself whole. But I do I like energy, but like I said, I just sexually I need for it to be either titties and pussy or dick and flat chest, like I need either the male form or the female form, not a mixture of forms, because I'm not even um I've tried dating trans men who had top surgery and that didn't work out either. I find that I have the most natural connections with cis people, you know. Yeah, I've wanted to have a relationship with a trans man, but and I know it's possible because I know two girls who are post-op who have a relationship with trans men. So I know that trans men will date a post-op girl. I just don't. But even with trans men, like most times when they like a post-op girl, they like a post-op girl who is really, really in her femme fatale bag. Like they like for her to be the girliest girl. They like for her to be the pussiest girl. And with cis people, even though cis people like had like people who are born one way and they accept who they accept me more because men, no matter how butch I act, no matter I could let a little facial hair grow, have a bald head, they still see me as a woman. They still see me, for the most part, as a girl. Some of them will get mad and say fuck shit when they get mad, but for the most part, they see me as a girl. Like, my most serious relationships, they never got mad at me and been like, "Oh, you a man," or "Oh, you not a woman." Like, like the dudes that I attract typically identify as heterosexual, and they still see me as a girl no matter how I show up. I could be wearing, tennis shoes, overalls, have my hair cut low, baseball caps. They still see me as a girl. Um, but in the queer community, it's like there's more of an expectation of a performance. Like you have to do extra shit. Like you need to be glammed up. You need to look a certain way. You need to present a certain way. And so that doesn't really set well for trans men. They don't really live for me because I give you a little androgynous and I'm post-op. So it's like, I guess it's too much of the same energy because a lot of trans men, they be, you know, they be kind of like gender queer. Like they be kind of like whole. Like they be channeling they masculine and feminine energy, and I guess it's too much of the same energy because sometimes I do feel like I give trans masculine teas. Like because trans masculine beings, they still be in touch with their feminine side, but they're obviously masculine, and so that's some of my energy. I'm very in touch with my feminine side, but I can also give a masculine energy. And so I guess that's the reason why I don't really attract trans men. But I had a relationship. I've had sex with a few women in my life. Um Maybe like 6 or 7, and I think the best relationship I had, I was kind of like the last time I had sex with a female that just looked like a female. It wasn't a trans man because like the last couple of times that I've had sex with a black person that was born with a vagina, it was trans masculine beings. I had But the last time I had sex with like a female who did not have like their breasts removed and didn't look masculine. They looked like a girl. Like I liked them a lot, and we could have definitely been in a relationship. I think that I would have been more bisexual if when I was a child. I felt like because I was so feminine, I was kind of like pushed to focus on my attraction to males because I didn't want to be more confusing than I already was. So people didn't know how to read me because I was so feminine. So it was an expectation that I was going to be with men. It was confusing, and so I didn't want to confuse people. I was already showing up as a girl and transitioning to be a girl, and people was like, well, how you gonna like girls and be transitioning to be a girl? Like that's confusing. You could have just stayed a boy. You could have just kept presenting as a boy. Why are you changing yourself to be with a girl? And it took me a long time to figure out that sexuality and how you present and what you like have nothing. They're not the same. Like I can be a girl and like girls. It's called a lesbian. But when I was younger, it's like, oh, okay, well, if you like girls, you got to keep your penis. If you like girls, you got to look like a boy. If you like girls, you got to act like a boy. Like I'm letting people tell me how to be me. Letting people, when you don't have your critical thinking matter, you're a crash dummy. But I've always been attracted to girls. I can remember being attracted to girls even when I was little, even when I was in school. I've always remember being attracted to girls. But I didn't focus on it because I didn't want to confuse people. I didn't want to be more confusing than I already was. So I just focused on my interest in males, and males were the ones that were predominantly pursuing me. Like, women weren't really pursuing me. It was always coming off as competition, and we was always at odds with each other. But now that I've grown and now that I'm mature, I think a little bit of part of the reason why I think I'm sometimes I could be intimidated about being in relationships with females because I channel energy. And if I'm in a relationship with a female who is aggressive and who feels slighted and feels wrong and feels like somebody done fucked over her or somebody done something wrong to her, there's a part of me, my ego, that does not want to feel like you look at me as inferior because I am not like. So I feel the need to be a little like a part of me is scared that I will turn into a monster trying to prove to this female that I'm not weak, that I'm not a pushover, that I'm not gonna let anybody hurt us, that I'm not gonna let anybody fuck over us. Cause I can be diabolical. And I think being with men has been a safe space for me because a lot of times these niggas want to protect me, but I can be a monster. I can be diabolical. I know it's in me. And just to give you an example, I had to tell one of my female friends the other night, like I've been in her life for years. I wanted like when I first came into her life, I was helping her raise her child and I was willing to marry her. I was willing to put all of it on the side. I was willing to hold who I was inside, and I was gonna be loyal to her, and I was gonna focus on her and help her raise the child. She laughed in my face because I was so feminine, and she was like, "Mm." And to this day, I'm still in her life, and I still help and I still support when I can. But what has upset me about her and what continues to piss me off about her is every time a man come into her life, whether it's her son, whether it's a man that's attracted to her, she always pushed me to the side for a nigga. And I and that right there, that fucks with me. I cannot stand being pushed to the side for a nigga. Like, and females have done that to me because I'm so feminine and because I have a sex change and because I sit more in my femininity is like I'm weak or like I'm a coward or like I'm not going to defend or like I'm like I don't have energy to protect. Like I'm not like one thing that I will fight for somebody else before I will fight for myself. Now I don't like when females take advantage of that. Just because I'll be here first for you, don't put me in no fucked up situation because I'm willing to go out there for you. Don't do that. Don't play with my life like it's a toy. Don't do that because that's going to wind up bad for both of us. But I was loyal to her and I literally went to New Orleans and I was turning tricks. I went to jail turning tricks to help two females because I was trying to help them pay bills, not fucking nail one of them. And I'm out in the streets turning tricks, trying to help you take care of babies that you got for another nigga. And then when these niggas come up, because society teach females to be honor the man and he's the king and he's the black man. And then when he come round, he's insecure of me and he's threatened by me. He don't trust me. He don't like me. So he go to preaching that Bible shit. And then all of a sudden, I'm not good enough to be around you and your children. But when this nigga was running the streets, when this nigga was in jail, or when this nigga was running the streets slanging dick here and here and here, and I was there helping you with your children, oh, it was all good then. But now daddy's home, swinging dick around. Now you're pushing me to the side. So I'm not going to sit up here and lie and say I don't have a little trauma when it comes to relationships with females. But I'm working on it. She said, "You want beef and broccoli? Give me beef and broccoli, please." Black. I sing that karaoke. Go back to black. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll go back to The girls better get ready to be called sir and mister if Trump in office. They already can clock before they already can clock the before they go do it aloud. Yeah, especially girls who got all that work and shit. Oops. If Trump get if Trump get in can't run he he when they misgender to talk about you in the third form. And that's why I'm so happy. Like the language that I've been working on, like all of the language that they trying to remove through Project 2025. That's why I'm so happy for Laylim Layler and the work that I've been doing with Laylim Layler because we use different language over here. Like if you read my book, I use trans maybe one time in the whole book, and I use gay maybe one time in the whole book. I did not use that language that we use in the LGBT community. I, when you read the book, it do not give you LGBT vibes. I'm talking about some queer shit. But if you read the book, oh, I was very strategic in that regard. Cause I see shit before it happened. I see shit when it's coming. I see shit before I felt what was coming. I felt all of this. And that's why I wrote my book the way that I wrote it. Not the club velvet rope velvet rope back up. Right. Five at a time. Okay, you five. Yeah, boo. I respond as you talk. Sorry. By the time you read, you move from that subject, LOL. I like simply, I live simply, less stress. The parts, the part stunt with tourists, LOL. Let me see. Okay, go stunt with that part. Go stunt by the tourists. Exactly. Go stunt by the tourists. Don't stunt around your people, baby. Don't do your people like that. Go stunt on the other side of town. How the Negro landlords become the homeless globally. It worked like a charm. Exactly. It's all a minstrel show. Load up the clown car. I am that I am. I see you in the building. Well, I'm a pop out and show massa. Fix it all in what I sucked the job for. That's right. Pop out and show massa. Don't pop out and show them niggas. Pop out and show massa, bitch. Bitch, pop out and show massive bitch. Fuck popping out and show niggas. Cause even with Kendrick Lamar, the niggas he popping out and showing, bitch. Kendrick Lamar is a millionaire. So when he say pop out and show niggas, he talking about popping out and showing some bougie elitist ass niggas. He ain't talking about popping out and showing niggas like me and you. Like he's popping out and showing a whole different elitist class of niggas. You know, I'm not finna pop out and show no niggas in a real actual hood. Cause they gonna pop out and show you that gat. Bitch, I would not, ma'am, Pam rob me. I would not pay a man, bro. Okay, you're not doing it. That's what I do in the hood. I wear a lot. That's what I do in the hood. I don't wear a lot of fancy stuff unless I go out. Exactly. Exactly. See, you get it. You get it. I am that I am. No, that's not for the hood. That's not for the hood. Bitch, it's t-shirt, jeans, very modest. Bitch, I'm one of y'all. Bitch, I'm down with y'all, bitch. And it's a good way to save your coins. It really honestly is. Like when you think about it economically, it's practical. I am a cis heterosexual stealth. I'm on I'm one of them. Right. Exactly. I'm attracted to beauty, but I can't bump pocketbooks. Nah, baby, I could bump a pocket. I ain't gonna lie, I could bump a pocketbook. I would want to be able to bring a little peace in the room every now and then, but other than that, fuck these niggas. Like for real. Like I'm for real. Like bitch, if we could go and get some dick and bring it in, you know, and we could be loyal and we could be serious about each other, you know what I'm saying, baby? I eat your soul out. Let me stop. Ooh, we get us a little piece in the room, get us have us a whole little piece come in, have a whole little piece of trade. Come on. He'll be our little he'll be our little security guard. He gonna be the one doing the velvet rope. Okay, you come in. You come in. He gonna be the one working the velvet rope at the door. Let me. We gonna be sister wives. Let me stop. Most women do that no matter what type of woman they get a partner. Dick crazy is sad but true. I've had gay male friends and trans friends go ghost behind having a man. And then you know in Atlanta, the gay men, you know, they be giving like they be wanting to be at the girl, like they be wanting to be with the girl. I'm like, what is that? Been there. Uh, it's been done to me several times. They get a man or partner. Now it's Bible thumping. Bible thumping and judge. Uh huh. I back up quick and let that Negro see the soft body. They ready to plow every hole in and out. Check. He be ready to have you, huh? He be ready, and that's the reason why they don't be wanting us around because we gonna motherfucking expose who they really are. They'll try to sell it to the female that oh, I don't want that gay shit around, and I don't want that tranny shit around, and that's against God and all that. No, what it is you don't want to get caught lusting. You don't want to get caught with lust in your heart. Lust in your heart. But see, I'll be glad when we get to the way it used to be in the village. Why does it have to be all this tippy torn around? Why you got to be condemning him for lusting after me? And why he got to be insecure because I may be lusting for you? Can't we all just get along? Why can't we be friends? Why can't we be friends? It's why is we arguing when we should be making love? All three of us. Ooh-wee. I haven't got my good threesome yet. With I done been in like some couple sessions with some white people, but I haven't had a threesome yet with black people yet. I haven't had a threesome like so before my husband passed, God bless his soul. Before my husband passed, I had a threesome with a trans man and my husband. And I ate the trans man out, and the trans man didn't reciprocate anything. And after it was over with, my husband didn't do anything with the trans man. I think he may have stuck his finger inside the trans man, but he didn't fuck the trans man. But baby, he was so turned on by the thing, by seeing the cutting up that I was giving, because he wasn't jealous at all. He was glad I enjoyed myself, baby. But boy, when I tell you he motherfucking tore me up, me and that motherfucker fucked all day. After the trans man got up and left, we fucked all day. He motherfucking so it up. That motherfucker fucked me all day. That motherfucker fucked me off. But I wish it would have went differently. Like I wish there would have been some reciprocation. Like I wish that I could have gotten eaten by the trans man. I wish we could have 69. And then I wouldn't have been jealous of, anything that would have happened between, him and my husband. But I wasn't comfortable because I felt like already he was trying to act like he was superior to me because he was born with a vagina. So I felt like it was giving like, and then when me and him got into an argument, me and him was born on the same day. He was younger than me. He gonna tell me, cause I got a real pussy and I could give him children and I give him some babies. You can't give him no fucking babies. And I was like, no, this trans nigga did. That was when he had to go, bitch. You got to get up out of here now. You got to get up out of here now. But that's what I wanted, like, because my husband said he wanted children. He wanted to make some babies before he left. And I was like, I was trying to make that happen. Like I was trying to create the environment for that to happen. And the way the trans man was talking, it was like, I don't know why you giving all of this because I'm the one who putting this together. Like I'm not insecure. I want to see this happen. But he was literally trying to take over. Like he was trying to control everything. And I'm literally like, I'm opening my home to you. I'm including you in on everything. I'm giving you access to everything. And you come in and you try to make me feel like I'm nothing and try to make me feel like, like y'all don't need me. Like, what type of shit is that? And this the thing, just because I can't physically reproduce, it doesn't mean that I don't have value. I think that my energy could be an anchor. I think that my energy can provide balance. I think that my energy is grounding. What I bring to the table is my presence. I bring to the table my wisdom. I bring to the table my perspective. I bring to the table the fact that I'm already balanced in my thinking. I am male and female, and I know it, and I walk in that, and that's a beautiful way to raise children. And so we could have had a beautiful relationship, all three of us, and if we would have brought a being here, that being would have had advantages that other beings don't have with this. We could have raised something divine. We could have raised something divine, but ego comes in and you start saying, oh, this is not biologically yours. This is, you didn't biologically do anything. Everything is not about biology, baby. How you gonna worship a God you can't see, but you don't understand the impact that people can have without necessarily having to biologically participate? How can you call yourself a believer and say you have faith in something you've never seen, and something, a presence you never, but you don't understand what a person can contribute to y'all bond, or what a person can contribute to y'all connection, unless it's a biological connection? Make that make sense. Make it make sense. And that's what's wrong with us now. We only respect biological connections. We only respect biological relationships. But to be able to love and to have that agape love through in a spiritual way like that, that is when you're loving like the creator loves. That's when you're loving like the divine loves. And so when you love from that space, that's when you develop and nurture divine beings. That's when you nurture and nurture divine individuals, divine children. When your love reaches that level. They be wanting a little head, and every now and then be the ones who knows how to fuck the homophobics, denials, ones they dick be so good. Yeah, yeah. The ones in denial, the homophobic ones, they always have, and it's sad. It always be the ones with the most issues that have the good penis. They claim they hate you, but no, every move you make, deep down inside, they worship you. Mm-hmm. I don't think they gonna always look at us as niggas. That's me. But it's crazy though. If you look at me as a nigga, but you still don't trust me, you still don't want me around your man. Like you can't see me as that much as a nigga. Oh, I remember that trans man was messy, doing too much. Yeah, I talked about it on live a couple of years ago. I was talking about it when it was happening real time. A lot, but not all lesbian and trans men diminish trans girls in the LGBT. They be quick to throw all gay slurs um, and quote the Bible only to eat coochie like. uh, Faith, you just started smoking over there. You had your little bit of your brown liquor, huh? Not eat coochie like a mukbang. Ratsuki voice. I'm not about to do this with you. Wait. Wait a minute. It's a double standard all around. Biological women are superior and anything else is beneath if you can't hurdle of kids is basically just a nobody. And I don't and shock fib, I don't think it's not respect. I think it's trauma. You know, we healing, Faith literally, like if you came on the live earlier, she lives in stealth. So all she is around, she's not in the community. She's around cis people. She's not around the gay community. She's not around the trans community. This is all she hang around. And so she's speaking of her trauma having to navigate that. So she couldn't live in stealth if she didn't have respect for females and males. She couldn't do that. I think right now she's just venting. This should be a safe space to vent. I know that she does not hate cis people. She does not hate cis females. She does not hate cis men. She's venting. She literally lives. She doesn't rep the trans community, trans flags, trans this, gay this. It's not this not she not that's not the vibe she on. So, don't misinterpret it. Cause like heterosexual cis people say worse stuff to each other. So why is it a problem when people who are in your community, who actually rep your community, who actually are a part of the community, speak their truth? So people who are not cis are not allowed to speak their truth. People who weren't born with those parts are not allowed to speak in that way, but y'all can talk to each other like that. That's the part that doesn't make any sense to me. Again, like I said in the video yesterday, if Netta was repping the trans community, like for me, if I said on this live and I was dragging cis women and putting cis women down and I don't like using the term cis, I have to say it sometimes because I don't be want to say beings born with wombs or women who born with wombs. Like I have to I have to be cautious about what I'm saying because I am a trans advocate at times. There are times when I specifically talk about trans issues and when I specifically speak to things that are going on in the trans community. So I do have to be thoughtful. I do have to be more thoughtful about how I speak. And I'm also going to lovingly correct, people who I feel like, hey, okay, I'm going to say something. Just like, if you notice, I was saying something at the time. I said, sister, you done smoked your blunt, you must have had a little bit of your brown liquor. So you know what I'm saying? But I'm not fixing to police her to the point of saying, girl, you can't speak your truth, or girl, you can't talk a certain way, because she lives in that. That's the environment she live in. I know this girl is stealth. I know this girl don't fuck with the community. I've been knowing her through social media for years, and I've never seen her uh uh with buku, trans girls, or hanging around a whole bunch of gay people or queer people. Whenever she posts a picture, it's always her with some females. So if she's expressing the and then maybe I'm reading it wrong. Maybe you're agreeing with her, talking about maybe you're agreeing with her. Maybe I misread it. Maybe you're agreeing with her, saying that they don't have any respect for us. Maybe I'm misreading it. But I just wanted to be clear. Okay, maybe I apologize. I must have misread it. You can't have a period part of pregnancy and think they're right. And that's why I didn't want to be like like when when I got my sex change, and they was like, you don't have to say you trans, just say you're a woman. I felt like that was a setup. Because when y'all talking about y'all menstrual cycles, and when y'all talking about childbirth, and when y'all talking about all of that, it's like, now I feel inferior. Now I feel like I shouldn't be able to sit with y'all. Like I'm like y'all Batman and I'm Robin. Like that's what it's giving. And I can't tell my story because I'm trying to blend in with y'all. So there's a whole narrative that is not being discussed because I'm trying to blend in with y'all. And so that's the uncomfortable thing for me about being in stealth. Like that's why I couldn't be a stealth person, because I realized that we were keeping community ignorant. We're not educating each other. We're not uplifting each other. We're not making it a safe space for all different types of feminine forms and all different types of beings and individuals who are celebrating our foremothers. Like that sidekick energy, that's not the vibe that I'm on. I'm not gonna be your sidekick, because no, I've never pushed out no baby, but I've laid on the table multiple times and been in pain to be who I am. So that's an indication that I would be willing to birth the child if I had been born with a vagina. I've laid on the table and had them cutting on me down there multiple times to be the being that I said that I am. So regardless as to whether I produced any life, I birthed myself. I'm a very creative individual. My offspring and my seed and my DNA, no, they ain't coming here. They're not coming here to get on their knees and praise King Jesus. They ain't coming here. When this life is done, when this incarnation is done, and hopefully we'll see a shift, and when the mother is honored, when the mother and the father is honored, and we're celebrating the God and the goddess, then yeah, when I'm reincarnated and I come back here and we praying to the mother and the father, when we really have gotten the bride ready for the father, when we've done that work, then that's when I'll come here, and that's when I'll be ready to mate and make children. But I'm not bringing no children here to pray to King Jesus. I'm not bringing no children here to worship no man. I'm not bringing no children here to honor the father and disrespect the mother. No, I do it in the next life if we found balance, but not in this one. I'm good. And I won't judge you for your choices, but don't judge me for mine. Because if you do, I'ma let you hold it. And you're not gonna like what I have to say, just like we have not been liking what y'all have had to say for hundreds of years. Because we've always been here. The truth is that I'm not, um, it's not trauma. Wait, it's the truth. I'm not trauma. I'm still, I don't identify as trans. I resonate with biological women. I'm just venting. Right, right. I understood that. But you know, like when we say things about the experience, venting comes from trauma. Like when we need to vent, it's because it's been a little bit of trauma. Bitch. You wouldn't need to vent if it wasn't no trauma there. I live near the hood, very good. I blend well and I respect, right? I hate the word cis. I prefer biological. I don't like to say biological because we all biological. You know, I that's why I just be saying women born with wombs. You know, like I say beings born with wombs who identify with woman. It just feel like so long to say. Like I hate saying cis too. Like it sounds like a infection. You know, it sounds like you got something growing on you. Like I don't like saying cis either, but it just then some women get mad when you say female because they feel like it's a female dog or a female horse or you know like so sometimes women get mad when you say female, but I'm like, you know, I've called myself male, so it's not me, it's just me speaking to the biology. You know, it's not a meaning, it's not meant to, you know, be derogatory. Not true. You do not resonate with women because if you did, you would not call them fish. Fish is not a fish is not a negative, like when I say fish, I don't know what other people mean and I don't know what your bad, I don't know what your like when beings who are born with wombs who resonate with that who resonate with womanhood, when they get upset about the term fish, like fish is a compliment for us, you know, and just like the word bitch, it can be used negatively and it could also be used positively. So if you're gonna say you don't resonate with women because you're using the term fish, you have to tell females who use the term bitch that they don't resonate with womanhood either, because bitch can be used negatively and bitch can be used positively. Sometimes you say bitch, who the fuck you playing with? But if you mad, you'll say, "Girl, that's girl fish is something else, girl," because you're differentiating that this is a different kind of woman. You're differentiating that this is a woman that was born with a vagina, and you disgusted with her right now. Just like we would say, girl, these fucking trannies, when we're mad at each other. But we're not gonna call each other a tranny all the time. But if I'm mad at you, girl, these fucking trannies. So it's not, you're choosing to look at it negatively. But fish can also be positive. We compliment each other when we say, oh girl, you is fish. Girl, you is fish down. Girl, Miss Thing, she's fish. Girl, yes, ma'am, girl, she's fish. It's a compliment and it's something negative. That's what black people do. We have multiple meanings for one word. Just like when men are talking about each other, you have to tell men when they use the word nigga, they don't respect each other. But nigga can mean, yeah, you my nigga, bruh. Bruh, you know you my nigga, bruh. You my dog, bruh. You my nigga. Man, these fucking niggas gonna make me pop off, man. I'm about to kill one of these niggas. It has a dual meaning. So because you are not in the community, you don't get that. But the same way y'all have dual meanings for bitch and nigga, we're just another part of the community that have dual meanings for the term fish. Fish can be negative if you're upset, and fish can be a compliment if you're feeling so. And these words are our words, just like for heterosexuals and cis people are people in are people who identify with what they were born with. Bitch and nigga are y'all colloquialisms. Fish is our word. And fish can be negative and fish can be positive. Unfortunately, a lot of girls use it in a negative way. But fish is a negative and positive word. Fish has a negative charge, it has a negative connotation, and it has a positive connotation. Just like the word cunt, it has a negative connotation and a positive connotation. Oh, girl, that's cunt. Girl, that is cunty, girl. Girl, you is giving the cunts, girl. Yes, ma'am, girl. That's cunty down. Girl, these fucking cunts. It's negative and positive. It's the intention behind how the word is being used. So if you're gonna correct her, make sure you're having that same energy when females are gathered together calling each other bitches and hoes. Just have that same energy for females when they calling each other bitches and hoes. Have that same energy for dudes when they calling each other niggas. And when they saying you got some hoe in you, you acting like a hoe. When they are using words to be negative, have that same energy for people. Don't just have it for us. Have it for them too. Because just like y'all have dual dialect and dual meanings, so do we. And we don't have to reduce our vocabulary to make you feel comfortable. And you're not going to tell us what we resonate with and what we feel connected to because you're not in our bodies and you're not living through our experiences. Speak for yourself. Don't speak for me and don't speak for her. We could agree to disagree, but don't try to tell somebody that they don't resonate with you because they say the word fish. Some people do use it violently. I'm not gonna deny that. Some girls do abuse it. Some girls, every time they're talking about females or every time they're talking about beings that were born with wombs who identify with the construct of womanhood, it's the fish this and the fish that. And I don't fuck with hoes who like that. Not on my watch. But Faith don't use that word all the time. We be on this live all the time, and legit, that's the first time I seen her use it. That's why you kind of triggered me. I was not disrespectful at all. I want you to mute me, and you want to mute me because you disagree. Okay, no problem. I'll leave. Truth's hurt. Have a blessed day. Bye. What, baby? You left that confrontation really quickly. Girl, is Flame Monroe on the line? Girl, not Flame. Not Flame in the comment section. Oh no, we did not Flame that came in the comment section. Well, look at me. I feel honored. Well, because you are elder, we gonna let you go ahead and rep Camilla in the comment section. We gonna let you have that, elder. We gonna respect our elders. That's why I don't have children. I don't like a lot of things my fellow sisters do, but we resonate, but we have a beginning, but don't police my vent. That's right. Women unity, period. Here come Van Trend. He gotta bring us back to that. By Shocky Feb, aka Messy Sweet Spot, LOL. You wanna pick a fight? Did I mute you? Right, you did mute her. You want attention, Pooh. This is not your channel. This ain't the boy. It's mine. I'm not Monica. You not Brandy. You doing too much. What what is going on? I'm finna fix my lace. Then listen. You must have left L. And I didn't mute Flame, so that child wanted attention, right? Cause you know Flame have opposing views, and you didn't mute Flame, cause you know we don't be with the promoting the politics, but you know what I'm saying. That's an elder, baby. You know we gonna let Flame come through and say what Flame had to say. Let me see. The word cis is scientific term. Even in chemistry, I heard a trans man, female who changed into trans male say that I heard the word in cis form in cis Palmer's in a college in a chemistry class. Yeah, but you know you know Auntie Uncle Flame can be problematic. We gonna hold space for that. But that's an elder though. But okay. But it's a different generation. That's why I respect. That's why I respect them. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's generational. It's generational. It's a different generation. And I used to be triggered by them, but you know, now it's like I just, you know, I understand, I look at things differently. Uh, yeah, I don't get on the bandwagon of people that, you know, want to hate on her and look at her like that. You know what I'm saying? But and this is the thing. I've given and that brings me to this. Like I've given critique on Flame multiple times and Flame has never been upset with me. Flame has came in my comment section and have supported me. Just came on the live tonight and said something and acknowledged me on the live. Like that's a different kind of person. Like that's why I have respect for Flame. And not for me to harp on T.S. Madison again. T.S. Madison has never shown me that type of respect. T.S. Madison has never shown me that type of respect and then get mad when I say because everything that I say about her is not always positive. But I've given critiques on Flame like multiple times. And this is not the first time Flame has engaged with my channel in a positive way. And that's because that is a person who can handle critique as long as it's respectful and it's thoughtful. And I've never drugged T.S. Madison, but T.S. Madison always try to make it look like I'm trying to tear her down or like I'm trying to come for her because I'm asking for the least little bit of accountability. So there's another example that, look, period. Flame older than me and T.S. Madison. Period. So whenever she try to paint it like I am that's when you on your grown shit. That's on your grown shit. That's on your grown shit. And I'm not, you know, I heard that she talked about me again in a live yesterday. I'm not going to go and watch the live because like I said at the beginning of this video, it's giving energy harvest. And I give her enough energy without watching her content. I'm good. Especially if you ain't saying nothing positive about me, if you ain't saying nothing encouraging for me, if you don't have no positivity for me, I'm through entertaining the negative shit that come out your mouth behind me. But if you have some encouragement, if you have something positive to say, if you have something lighthearted to say that you sincerely mean and you not just saying it to make it look like you taking the high road, if you have that energy for me, then yeah, I could go back to giving a bias. I could go back to giving a play the whole tape. If you notice, ever since that bitch talked about my teeth, and ever since she talked about my nuts fold up inside my, ever since she talked about my spirituality and talked about my mental health, I haven't had any positive critiques for her. I haven't had any positive. Every time I talk about her, it is now. Now it's what you said it was. Now it's what you said it was. Now it's that. But it wasn't at first. It was balanced. But now it's all critique. I remember being young and watching Flame on Jerry Springer, Body Down. Child Flame can be triggering, but I ain't trigger happy. Let them do them. Mind, mind my elder business. Okay. I learned so much from you all as far as community, but I also love y'all as who you are, as who you know. I see personally, and I see the personality and the soul, the character of all people in general. I agree. It can be mature and positive and respectful convo, even though you may not agree or see things differently. T.S. Madison creates drama for clicks and views. Exactly. It's an energy harvest. That's what I was saying. We get it. We get what we give, you know. I agree. TS got to give some positivity back sometimes. Exactly. Trans women united against everybody. You come for number one. You come for all of us. Trans girls rock. Trans girls unity. Period. Boy, baby, Van Trans is something else. I see you going at it with or going at it over there on the messy sweet spot because you be over there. You be over there too, and you in the messy sweet spot was going at it one time over there. I saw the little heated engagement. Oh, wait a minute, it's 6:24 and my battery is low. I'm gonna have to go live. I think I'm going live again in 2 hours. So let me go ahead and get myself together because I'm supposed to be going live with Atia in 2 hours. So let me go ahead and let me go ahead and light a candle right fast, and we gonna come back because I've been on here with y'all for 3 hours, and I know Atia. I don't know if she gonna do this live, but just in case, I don't want to talk until like because I'm getting ready to leave tonight, so I gotta finish packing and get myself together so I can be ready to go. Cause I'm getting ready to head out. I'm in Georgia and I'm getting ready to go back up to the East Coast. So I gotta I gotta finish getting my shit together because I don't like to leave my space in a mess. A man, a woman. So let me let me light this candle right fast. And then if she come back on the live, I'll check in with y'all later. If not, I'm gonna go ahead and just make a post to let y'all know what's going on. I'm not gonna be able to go live tomorrow because I'm gonna be working on a lot of working on some stuff for my mama. Yeah, Jessica, I like her. I watched her since the days before she transitioned. I disagree with her on Craig and Maddie versus Netta and Craig. I saw that. However, I like the Messy Sweet Spot, aka Jessica Kahana. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Faye said, "Hey, fan trans, I live for that." hmm Okay, so our candle is lit. This is a black candle of protection. It's representing. Make sure y'all give me those purple hearts in the chat. Give me some purple hearts. This candle represents past, present, and future. This candle represents the ancestors who have come, the ancestors who are coming, and the ancestors who are here. We acknowledge the ancestors who have left us on this day, whether it be physical transition or whether it be just spiritually transitioning from one place to another. As I blow out this candle on the physical plane, it grows with intensity on the spiritual plane, preparing us for times that are now. Down but I say cool, it keeps spinning and turning. Iangani, Iyanko, Kalukalo, which means I am a child of God goddess. And if I am, then you know you are. Bound and round, both circle and square. We too speak life, so operations beware. Sending healing to those in despair. El Babosara, we come in peace, no harm to any. Lay limb, lay lar. Before I officially close out the video, I would definitely like to thank our moderators, our new moderator, Fatima, who's come on, who is moderating from South Africa. Our moderator, 100% Pure Love, and our moderator, Hey Faith, who brought us some spiciness tonight and created some very beautiful and important and necessary dialogue. Thank you, moderators, for doing an amazing job and for holding down the fort. And this is a live that we gonna have to archive because Flame came through. All right, I love y'all. Have a good evening, and hopefully I will see you in 2 hours. Mwah. If not, I'm gonna make a post like I said. Trans united globally. Amen. They want me.